Welcome to Psychology Refresh. Today we're going to go over the INTPs Cognitive Functions. Make sure to watch each one and find out how the function stack designs your life. There are 4 cognitive functions for every personality type. The order of the functions is determined by human choices, and they connect language to the way we process information and make decisions. Making decisions requires the use of thinking and feeling, while processing information requires the use of intuition and sensing. The cognitive functions for the INTP personality type in order are TI, NE, SI, FE. The top 2 functions of each category are used to identify them. Find out how the function stack designs your life choices and determine how you can use this knowledge in reaching personal growth and self-improvement. Here are the INTP's cognitive functions. Number 1. Introverted Thinking, TI. Introverted thinking is the INTP personality type's strongest asset. Like the INTP, dominant introverted thinkers strive to make everything they observe and encounter in life rationally fit into what they already believe to be true. They will constantly be analyzing things in order to decide what makes sense and what doesn't. If established facts don't make sense, they won't signify much to INTPs. No matter how many reliable sources support a fact, people with this disposition will logically challenge it until they can understand it. One personality type that will point out contradictions in arguments and areas where a project doesn't quite come together properly is the INTP. In a discussion or argument, they will concentrate on the logic of the argument and may hesitantly say things like, "That doesn't sound quite right," or "I think that makes sense." They won't want to make an absolute statement, especially if they haven't had the time to fully consider the issue. They appear to be quite open-minded in part because they prefer to avoid making absolute claims. However, INTPs do have a judging function that they lead with. However, unlike the FI dominant, the INTP will judge someone based on their reasoning rather than their morals or values. Therefore, rather than being motivated by emotion or values, their judgments when they do emerge will likely be more concerned with pointing out logical flaws and contradictions within a belief or argument. Putting their minds at ease and not thinking may be difficult for INTPs. This is not to mean that all of their thinking will be helpful, but they will likely have trouble getting their thoughts to stop. Puzzles and strategy games are popular among TI users because they provide TI a natural workout. Strong TI users, such as the INTP personality type, will suffer if an existing law or regulation is not logical because everything must be rational. If people believe the rule to be pointless or nonsensical, they are prone to disregard it. They consequently exhibit cynicism. They won't have a built-in respect for power and authority. If the person can demonstrate good judgment, they will respect them. Number 2. Extraverted Intuition, NE. Extraverted intuition is the second or auxiliary function of the INTP personality type. It is this particular function that gives INTPs their well-deserved reputation as innovators. When combined with TI, NE tends to concentrate more on addressing technological problems, inspiring them to come up with original solutions to problems encountered in the real world. This may be something simple, like inventing a gadget to carry out an essential domestic task, or it could be something more crazily inventive. Because of this TI-NE combination, INTPs are more likely to enjoy science fiction. The more you get to know the INTP, the more you'll hear about the ideas NE will be feeding them in their daily lives. A particularly reclusive INTP, though, might choose to keep these ideas to themselves. Even if the connection is tenuous, NE has a tendency to link concepts and thoughts together. They might produce a ton of referrals as a result, movies, music, etc. Once they start talking, their conversations might also seem off the wall and unplanned, leaving you to wonder how the topic ended up where it did. When presenting a narrative or explaining anything, they'll generally enjoy debating and discussing novel concepts and theories and are prone to going off on tangents. Their humor will probably be clever, eccentric, reference-based, and possibly highly dry. Once you get them talking, you may discover that they have a lot to say because NE is by nature a pretty talkative trait because it enjoys stimulating ideas and pointing out patterns in the real world. Because they get bored with just one hobby, extroverted perceivers tend to have a variety of interests. NE in particular loses interest in a concept after extensively examining it, which is why INTPs may find it difficult to see their inventions or ideas through to completion. Additionally, the INTP personality tends to be incredibly indecisive. As was already mentioned, TI dominants dislike making absolute claims. However, because INTPs are more interested in theory and speculation (NE) than in achieving a specific goal, they are often noticeably more indecisive than SE users. They'll want to keep asking themselves, what if? Users of the internet in general, including YouTube and Wikipedia, are particularly adept at going down the rabbit hole. When someone uses the internet to hunt up a specific topic, a few clicks later, they are in an entirely different topic. Number 3. Introverted Sensing. Introverted sensing is the third or tertiary function of the INTP personality type. By enabling them to remember a large portion of the sporadic information they may share, this function helps the above-mentioned NE. Depending on their particular hobbies, they can come across as a vast collection of trivia, random facts, or technical information. SI will also provide them the chance to contrast their concepts and hypotheses with what they have previously encountered. They might become fixated on any past disasters and become extremely wary of any circumstance that seems to have some of the same characteristics since they introverted all of that sensory data. SI will also instill in them a deep yearning for consistency and routine, even though they might find it difficult to uphold any sign of it. Because they are used to dealing with it, and TI and E will reason that staying may make things worse or better in the future, an INTP crutching on SI might refuse to leave a poisonous circumstance, like a job or a relationship. SI might also cause individuals to have highly precise tastes or to stick to old customs because doing so brings back happy memories and sensations from their early years. If you are enjoying our content, please give this video a like, subscribe to our channel, and do not forget to turn on the notification bell. Number 4. Extraverted Feeling (FE). The fourth or inferior function of the INTP personality type is extraverted feeling. A prominent way that inferior FE will manifest itself is through a fear or overall insecurity that they won't be able to fit in with those around them and will be rejected as a result. People with this personality type could think that they will never completely fit in with the group, which makes them distant and isolated from others. They will struggle to comprehend and follow the social norms that surround them, and they could occasionally become fixated on trivial matters like dress code. Being an INTP with poor FE as their sole feeling function will also make them less conscious of their own emotions because FE tends to draw attention to other people's emotions. INTPs process emotions slowly, thus they may not be aware of how something makes them feel until after it has passed. Additionally, inferior FE may lead to them having an uncalled-for emotional outburst in response to something they've been holding in for a while. Additionally, it could make them worry out loud about how other people would perceive them, and worry that what they might say will harm or offend someone. Although they will be aware of other people's feelings, they won't have much faith in their capacity to understand them. It's possible for them to upset someone unintentionally before recognizing it. In social situations where the TI dominant is confused about how to react or is concerned that they may not be reading the situation correctly, particularly problematic inferior FE may force them to freeze. INTPs tend to disregard others and lack all signs of empathy and feeling if their inferior FE is suppressed due to its troublesome nature. These videos will be really helpful for you.